express the following in partial fraction. Now for this question here, if I were to express 8y minus 2 over y cubed minus 4y in partial fraction, first I have to check that the partial fraction is proper, meaning the degree of the numerator is less than the denominator. If it is not proper, we have to conduct long division in order to simplify the fraction, and we only do partial fraction when the fraction is proper. Okay, but for this case we can go ahead and do it. 8y minus 2 over y cubed minus 4y, I can think about factorizing the denominator. This gives me basically y of y squared minus 4, which is the same as 8y minus 2 over y of y minus 2 bracket y plus 2. Okay? After which I can now write this out as a over y plus b over y minus 2 plus c over y plus 2. These distinct linear factors, and what we'll do, we should go ahead to solve for our a, b, and c, which is the main part about solving the partial fraction. Okay, so by multiplying all by y minus 2 y plus 2, by doing the same to both sides, multiplying y minus 2 y plus 2, okay, which is the essence of it. We are comparing the coefficients next, or by substitution, a minus 2 y plus 2, then b would multiply by this, and you can see that y minus 2 cancel off. I left with y and y plus 2. C cancelling off y plus 2, I'm left with c of y and y minus 2. Okay, so finding a, b, c actually is quite easy because the factors are all quite distinct. So first one, I'm going to sub probably y equals to 0. Then because of this y equals to 0 thing, right, b will disappear, c will also disappear. Okay, so I'm just left with 8 bracket 0 minus 2 equals to a bracket 0 minus 2 and 0 plus 2, because y is going to be 0 here, y is going to be 0 here, and y is going to be 0 here. Now this, if I sub 0 here, b and c, this whole thing is going to disappear, so it will not be there anymore. Okay, so 8 times 0 is minus 2. On my left hand side, this will be a multiplied by minus 2 multiplied by 2, so negative 4a is equals to minus 2, and a will be equals to half. Alright, now similarly, if you want to find b and c, so what you do is you sub. The next thing I'm going to sub is, remember when we sub values, we try to sub values that make the terms disappear. So I'm going to sub maybe y equals to 2. And you can see that if I sub y equals to 2, right, 2 minus 2, this would, a will disappear, c will disappear, and I'm left with b. And so I'm able to find my b. So 8 bracket 2 minus 2 will be equals to b multiplied by 2 multiplied by 4. Now what happened is I actually sub 2 over here. I sub 2 over here to get 2 plus 2, 4. Here substituting 2 will give me 0, and this also give me 0. That's why I'm only left with b. Substituting 2 into y, I'm left nothing. So this gives me 16 minus 2, 14, equals to 8b, and b equals to 7 over 4. Okay, so last but not least, I will leave you to solve for c. We just sub y equals to minus 2, and hope you can get the answer that c is negative 9 over 4. Because of that, I will finally, with our answers a, b, and c, your answer will turn out to be 8y minus 2, which is equals to y cubed minus 4y. This is equals to 1 over 2y plus 7 over y minus 2 minus 9 plus 2. Okay, so that is for 3a. Now for 3b, we are acknowledged that the polynomial px is basically exactly divisible and leaves a remainder of 9 when divided by x plus 1. Okay, so this is another question. Basically what will happen is we we'll do our best. We have to understand, we have to know the division algorithm. So division algorithm, right, you still remember is that the dividend here, what's happening? Uh, we have to know that the dividend here, right, is equals to divisor multiplied by quotient plus the remainder. Now, if you forget this, right, just think about the fact that maybe you just take, for example, 7. You take 7. 7 is the same. If you divide by 2, it's the same as 2 multiplied by 3 plus 1. Okay. So similarly, right, just take our fx. Our fx can be equals to a quotient is divisible by 2x. Is equals basically divided by 2x squared plus x minus 1, because we want to find out what's the remainder here, right? So the remainder typically, if our divisor here is a quadratic one, right, the remainder could be linear, which is why we write our dividend as quotient times divisor plus the remainder. So you can just note that if it's a quadratic divisor, the remainder must be linear. Okay, so the trick here is to factorize our divisor. Now divisor can be written as 2x minus 1 bracket x plus 1 plus ax plus b. The reason why I factorize is so that when you factorize, right, you can see that you can actually make use of the information given by the question. Because if this is 2x minus 1, then this portion here will become like the quotient. You know, so 2x minus 1 is exactly divisible by, yeah, that means, right, if 2x minus 1, px is divisible by 2x minus 1, you can conclude that f of 2x minus 1, if you equate to 0, you have half. F of half is equal to 0, meaning that f of half is equals to half of a plus b. So what I did is I sub x equals to half here on the left hand side, x equals to half on the right hand side, and then here putting x as half, right, will cancel this whole portion. That is why, right, no matter what qx is, it doesn't matter. We don't have to worry about what's qx. Okay, now I sub r half here, so I have half a plus b, and this is equals to 0, and that's equation 1. Now f of negative 1 is equals to 9, as given by the question. When divided by x plus 1, I leave a remainder of 9. So back to this question again, I sub x equals to minus 1. Again, the whole right hand side becomes 0. The left hand side is f of negative 1 equals to negative a plus b, which is equals to 9. Basically, I sub a x as minus 1. I have negative a plus b. I sub x as minus 1. The whole thing becomes 0. And this is equals to 9. Now that in itself gives me equation 2. Now just solve equation 1 and 2. You will get the answers that you want. That a equals to minus 6, b equals to 3, and therefore your remainder is equals to minus 6x plus 3. Okay, the trick in this question is to take note that you first go to the endpoint, find the remainder when px is divided, sorry, this one should be px, is divided by 2x squared plus x minus 1. The trick here is to factorize your quadratic divisor to get two factors and sub in two numbers. Okay.